Hello all, Sweet Trading Cards here with another PSA Reveal. This is a 35 card value bulk order that I had sent. It arrived at PSA on June 20th, and they completed and returned it to me on September 11th. Of the cards, those 35, I'm only getting 22 back. I did accept PSA offers on 5 of those. And then another 8 I sent to have auctioned off on eBay. Those are mostly 9s because I generally find that I have trouble moving those. They're less liquid, and just to get that cash back on those cards, I decided to go ahead and send them over to eBay and get that money back quicker versus trying to squeeze every last dollar back out of it. So just a heads up on those. I'm going to go over those cards here at the end, and I'll show you what the grades and what I sold for all those. And then I'll do a final wrap up with the totals of the entire order, including what's here. So, but I should have 22 cards in this package, which usually they only hold up to 20. So I'm kind of curious if they've got them pretty wedged in here or what. We'll have to take a look, make sure all 22 are there. And count them real quick here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yeah, 22 in there. Okay. Well, we got them wedged in here pretty good. Then, okay. So, here is the stack. This. Being that these were sent in June, some of them were players that are not as hot as they were back then. So some PCA, some Jung-Hoo Lee. So unfortunately on that, they probably lost some value just by waiting to get graded. But regardless, we'll take a look at what we got here and go over those. So, all right. First card here. This is Travis Bazzana, #1 pick. This is a Sky Blue refractor. First auto. It's just numbered out of... you may probably just saw that grade anyway, so let's go ahead and do that. It is an 8. So, I'm not really sure where they got the 8 on that. I thought this was a pretty clean card. Just looking at it here, I don't see anything right offhand, but obviously there's something that they saw, so I'll take a look at it. It is a little off top bottom, I would say, but I still don't know that that's necessarily an 8. And I did think this was numbered, but why am I not seeing a number in there? Yeah, it's actually pretty far off top bottom. I guess I can understand that. But still, #1 overall pick. He's been pretty hot lately since he got promoted to AAA. Slight chance he might come up at the end of the year, or if not, I would think he's going into camp with a shot at winning a job. So next up here, I've got Elliot Ramos, Chrome Silver Refractor. He's had a pretty good year for the Giants. Not great. He's but he was an all-star last year, so, and the Giants were kind of hot at the time. He's another one of those that, as of today, I probably wouldn't send this, but at that time, these are the Chrome Silver Refractors out of Heritage, so they are pretty limited, numbered 373. This is number 320. This one also got an 8, though, so a couple 8s to start us off there, not great. Here we are with a Jung-Hoo Lee Bowman's Best. This is the Purple Mojo, numbered out of 250 there. And this one did get a 10, so pretty nice there. Again, unfortunately, he's kind of tripped off a little bit, but they might sneak in the playoffs, the Giants, and if so, could get a chance for a little spotlight here. Here we go, the Stephen Kwan Stadium Club Chrome Rookie Refractor. Love that laid out. I mean, that's one of his big things is his defense. So nice picture there. And this one did get a 10. Not a numbered card or anything, but or huge value, but nice little hit there. Moving on here. All right. Got another Jung Ho Lee. This is Bowman Chrome Mojo Refractor. Pretty clean. And that one did get a 10. Like I said, a lot of the 9s I already sent. So we are going to see an inordinate amount of 10s in here. Not necessarily what I got overall for my grading. But here we go. 2003 Topps Chrome Sammy Sosa Refractor. The set was blue itself, so this is not a blue refractor. This is numbered. It is numbered out of 699, and it's 585, so just the base refractors were numbered back then. Looked pretty clean. Thought I had a chance at getting a 10. Did get a 9, but even a 9 in this is still got some value, and we should be profitable on that card, so it's kind of nice. All right, here we got a Ben Rice. This is the Heritage. Now, this is the high number short print, so anything that was over card number 400 for the 2025 set is a short print, so let's kind of limit it there. And this one did get a 10, so there's a decent amount of value in that, actually, even though it's a base card, because of the short print part, and he's a Yankee rookie that's done real well. So here we had a Heritage Burt Blyleven and Row 1 autograph. Autographs, especially these, are pretty hard. I mean, they've been handled by other people to get them signed. They're paper cards, so it's kind of hard to get a 10 on these, to be honest. This one did get a 9. Still has pretty good value. Hall of Famer, auto, Twins legend, so that's good. Here we are with another Jung Ho Lee. This is a Topps Finest. This is the uncommon version. As I said with that, at the time he was pretty hot and in demand, but still has some value in his cards, probably due to a little bit of the Korean factor, the, multi company looking for his stuff and that. And Giants, like I said, they could possibly sneak into the playoffs there. So this one did get a 10, so that looked pretty good. Here we go with the Pete Crow Armstrong. This is just the base Finest refractor. Clean card. These Finest grade pretty well. This one did get a 10, so here we go with the Pete Crow Armstrong. This is Topps Now from last year on his Inside the Park home run. Superman dive into the plate there. Really cool looking card, and it did get a 10, so nice clean one there. Looking good so far. Okay. Here we go. We got a Jung Ho Lee home field advantage. I picked this up relatively cheap, even after him coming down. These home field advantages are still going pretty well. So this one did get a 9. Recently, these 9s have still been selling for around 100. I got the card for like 20 bucks graded, so pretty good profit there, even in the 9. So that's good. Here we go with, we got Topps Heritage. This is the 25th anniversary, and this is the holo. You can kind of see the hollow glow to it there, or shine to it, almost like a refractor. This is an insert set. Shohei, kind of nice looking. I like the style of those 71 cards that this is covering, and this one did get a 10, so any Shohei 10's a good 10. All right, here we are. Stratospheric Stars, this is just the base one. Junior Caminero, he might hit 50 home runs this year. In his, what started out as his age 21 season, he is now 22. So, just amazing what he's done. Regardless, you can say, yeah, he's playing at Minor League Park or whatever. Who cares? He's going to hit 50 homers in the bigs as a 21-year-old. That's crazy. So, I'm surprised his stuff's not worth more than it is, to be honest. Some of it's gone up, but a lot of it just hasn't really picked up comparatively to a lot of the other breakout stars for this year. So, hopefully we start to see that. This did get a 10, so that's nice. And next up, we got, this is Pete Crow Armstrong, Rising Infernos out of 2024 Bowman. This is a base insert, not anything huge, special, or rare, but it just really looks really, really clean. I like the look of these cards. Rising Infernos, you got a lot of shine, you got a lot of, the flame stuff there. Just a really nice looking card for a rookie insert. This did get a 10. I think the last one of these sold for almost 100, so for being a fairly common card, that's pretty crazy. Alright, here we are with, this is Seiya Suzuki. This is a 2022 Topps update. This is the 87, and this is the red version. So the reds are numbered very small out of 10. This is number 5 out of 10. So card looked pretty clean. Picked it up on eBay, and we were able to get get some better light there. On this one, we got a 9, so would have loved a 10 out of that, but the rarity of it and stuff, I'm pretty happy with it. I still think there's good value in there, so that's pretty. All right, sorry, quick break there. My dogs were barking at the mailman, as they wanted to do. Here we got a Kyle Tucker rookie card, refractor chrome. Hopefully he gets back for the Cubs and can do something. Regardless, he's going to be signing a big contract with somebody at the end of the season, so I think at that point, regardless of where he ends up, his cards will probably see a jump, as he'll be pretty set for where he's going to be for the rest of his career. So with this one, we did get a 10, so nice, pretty clean there. Here, got a 2025 Pete Armstrong Gold. This is gold out of 2025. With that, looked pretty clean. Did get a 9, so but I think that's already sold. I just threw those up today as I got those, and that one sold pretty quick for not a ton, but did sell. Here we got a 2025 Topps Kobe Mayo Diamante foil. He's been pretty disappointed this year, unfortunately, as all of Baltimore has been, but a pretty high rated prospect, and he can't sniff 200 on the average. Is pretty rough. Did get an 8 on this too, which that kind of rubs some salt in the wound. I don't know, there's too much value in that. I'll probably just be sitting on that for a bit. So all right, here we go. Topps Pristine. This is green at a 150. Jung Hoo Lee rookie card. These grade really well, but I never ever see them hardly sell, so not sure on that. Did get a 10 on this one though, so nice clean one there. And we're adding to the Jung Hoo Lee pile. Here we are with a Topps Chrome Refractor. This is a base rookie card, and this one got a 10, so that's good. And then lastly, Kobe Mayo on the home field advantage. These are hard to grade, just all the home field advantage UCR. Foil front, you got some dark corners on the back. I think a dark corner got me on this one, to be honest. But it was a 9, so this looks great. Unfortunately, like I said, 8 of the cards that I sent over to eBay to be there were also 8s, or were also 9s, so we're actually closer to like 50%. I'll throw up the whole numbers here on the end after I go over all of the cards that we sold that, and you'll see those here right now. Okay. Okay, so here going to go over the stuff that we sold through the offers page, and also the handful of cards that I have had go through auction. They just ended up tonight, so let's go ahead and get into these here. So first I had this Roki Sasaki Heritage. Dark blue border was a nice color match. I thought I really liked the nice looking card. It did get a 9. And between that and his performance and the unlikelihood of him coming back and doing anything this year, I just don't think it's going to be worth it for him to try to wait on this to go higher. So I sold it for $14.60, which is puts me a little bit under on this card between grading costs and stuff. But you know, look here, the card ladder value was only 21. After I would have tried to get fees and stuff out of that, I'm probably down pretty close to that 14 anyways. So they had that offer up, and I decided to go ahead and take it and just cash out on this card at this point. Next up, had a Pete Armstrong. I had 2 of these in the order. One was a 10. This one was a 9. They had a pretty good offer on here, $18 on what's considered about a $26 card, and I think this might be even be a little bit high. This is just the base common card.
So again, pretty good deal on that. I went ahead and cashed out the 10. They were only offering me like 25, so I was like, yeah, I'll go ahead and take this on the 9, and I'll grab the 10 and see what I can do with it on my own. So that was a pretty good offer there. Next up, had this Shohei Ohtani. This is from the Topps Tokyo series. World Tour Domination insert. This thing's really, really tough on the edges. I had a PCA of this that I also graded, and both got 9s. Paper card. They had a pretty good offer on it, 27.88. I went ahead and cashed out. Just get that back. 9s have been really slow for me to move on eBay on my own, so as we'll see when I get into the auctions, I've put a lot of those through just to get the money back right away. And this one, I think with what I bought the card at and the grading, we're going to be a little bit under what we paid, but it's going to be pretty close to break even, which isn't too bad. Nice thing is this is after all fees and everything, or there is no fees on these offers, so you don't have to have anything else that cuts into that. I would have been hard pressed to get that much out of it through eBay. Next up, now this one was a 10. I actually was not gonna sell it, and then as they were waiting to cash it out, which was even after the 24 hours that they originally gave me. They said that one of these sold on eBay on an auction for like $74 or something, and I still had this $97 offer up. I was like, I'm not gonna fight that comp, and they were giving me 97. The one before that was like 105, so it wasn't like this card ladder value was a whole lot higher before that. But I did go ahead and cash out that later on. This is like well past the time that they had allotted me, but it was the weekend, so I guess they leave it up. So if your time happens to go over the weekend, it's going to last longer and you're going to get better offers. So again, this one I saw that other sale, and I just didn't want to fight that comp on eBay, and so I went ahead and just cashed out at 97.58. So that's probably pretty close to what I would have got the other way too. So I thought about holding it till start of the playoffs, see if he gets going and do anything. He is starting to hit better, so you know, there's a possibility that this might be more here in a bit if he does win the playoffs. But um, it was just too good of an offer there, and with that previous sale. Anyways, moving on to the last one that I sold through the offers. This was the probably best card of the whole order. I kind of didn't want to do it, but also did. Um, this is a Barry Bonds finest gold. It did get a 10. It was peeled. I peeled it myself. I usually do when I get them with the peel because it just ups your chance of getting a better grade, to be honest. You have a nice clean surface versus that peel, which they grade the actual status of the peel at that point, and those things get damaged pretty easily. So, um, plus, I think it just makes the card look better. If you're going to put it in a forever home like that, peel the thing off so that it looks good versus having all those diagonal lines off there. That's my opinion. Anyways, this one they offered a pretty decent deal of 131.20. These numbers have gone up a little bit since then, probably because most older, more iconic cards have been going up. A lot of Bond stuff has been, so I don't think this is a sale of this specific card, just kind of the nature of all Bond stuff moving. Card ladder will do that. PSA estimate had this right in the middle. Uh, to get this much back on eBay after fees and stuff, I probably would have had to sell the card for close to 160, which is almost this amount anyways. So I went ahead and took it, and it's a pretty good cash out. Unfortunately, it keeps a really nice card like this from going to my eBay, which can help draw their sales and stuff. But in this case, I thought it was just best with the amount they were offering to go ahead and cash it out. So that's it for the offers, those 5 that we had there. I did have 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 cards that I sent to eBay and have just ended tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and go through those too since I don't have the cards to show you. So most of these are 9s. I went ahead and sent them onto eBay because they are, like I said, 9s are really hard for me to move. 9s and 8s and stuff on eBay versus go ahead and cash them out. You'll often take a little bit less than if you try to buy it now and get the most out of them and whatever. But sometimes even more if a player slumps or whatever in that time. So I just wanted that money back, that liquidity. This was a Pete Armstrong. This is a base rare, so this is the rarer version of the card, but it's just a base, no refractor or anything. Did get a 9 card ladder values. You can see 24. It actually sold for 32, so above that. And then I take a $5 hit. I believe. Hold on here. Okay, it actually sold for 45. So I just was confirming. This is what I'm getting after after fees and everything. So I'm netting 32 off that. I'm perfectly fine with that. I would have had a really hard time to clear 32 on that card afterwards. I think I'm slightly ahead on that one, whereas a lot of these are going to have me a little bit under. So moving on, this is a Platinum Anniversary for Francisco Lindor, Blue Shimmer. This is out of number 99 out of 100. This one I'm going to clear 1950. Most of these are just the $5 base fee. Unless they get a little bit higher like that Pete did. I'm not sure in this one, but 1950 basically covers most of my grading costs. I am down on that, but I went ahead and got the liquidity back on that card. So as I said, a lot of these are going to be that. This was a Jose Ramirez silver out of Heritage. You can see it's pretty off-cut. Probably shouldn't have sent it in that regard, but otherwise it looked pretty clean. Ramirez stuff's, I know he has a thing of being the most underrated, and in a lot of ways he is. He doesn't get a lot of the hype, on the national media and stuff, but his cards sell well. So I don't think necessarily in the scheme of things he's, that bad. But anyways, I cleared 27 on this. With my grading and shipping, probably 25, and I can't remember what I paid for the card. I'll flash it up here, but I should be a little bit under on this card, but not too much. I got most of it back, and that money's already coming back in my bank as soon as this payment goes through, so I can get more cards and go for bigger returns on some of those. So here's another one. Pete Crow Armstrong. This is the What If prototypes out of Finest rookie card shield, so it's a rookie card insert. It got the 9. It wasn't like the refractor of this or anything, so nothing special again. Sold it for 23, or clearing 23.27 once that payment goes through, hopefully, and then we'll get that money back so we can reinvest that. So same thing there. Here I had a Vladimir Guerrero Jr. This is Alan Ginter silver portrait, really shiny card, hard to see in the picture, but unfortunately didn't get the 10 like I had hoped, and only clearing about 12. So yeah, I'm gonna lose some money on this card, but again, I got the money back, coming back to me quick. So rather than sitting on my eBay waiting to maybe get a few dollars more. James Wood, this one's another one. This is the Heritage Anniversary, 25th anniversary, and this was the hollow version. So it's hard to tell in this picture, but it is. It's kind of got a shiny sheen to it. That's there. Unfortunately, his second half hasn't been real great either. So kind of was hoping for a little bit more out of that, but I did clear 1150. I think I opened this, so it's not like I had a huge amount into it. Buying the card separate, and went ahead and once that payment goes through, we'll have cleared at least some of my money back. This was a Jung Ho Lee, just like in all the cards that I did get back. There's quite a few of these. Obviously, his demand is down from when I sent these, but he still seems to have a bit of a following. Again, I said that's a lot due to probably his international market. He's got a whole country of a lot of people that are into that too, as well as Giants fans and Korean Americans probably have an attachment. So, yeah, I mean, pretty decent. 31 is what I cleared, so that's more than grading fees. So this was out of 75 for a card that's lost some of its value while waiting to grade it. Plus, it got a 9. That's a pretty acceptable amount back. So I'm not fretting that. I'm gonna get that $31 back to reinvest in somebody else. It's probably a bad decision to send in. So that's what I do. Anyways, here's one more Jung Ho Lee. This is Topps Chrome Refractor, Mint 9. This one I'm clearing 750, so not great. The good news is I had 4 of these that I sent to grading, and 3 of them got 10s. 2 of them I got back much earlier and was able to get a lot more out of. 1 more is in the order we just got. and then this is the only one that was bad. So overall, out of those 4 cards, I'm definitely up. So, but this is just get my money back and move on. So, anyways, that's the cards from the offers as well as the ones I did through auction. I know it's a little disjointed me doing it this way versus just having all the cards to reveal at the same time, but unfortunately the monetary needs trump the channel needs here for my little channel. So hopefully it's not too bad, and let me know what you think down in the comments if you have any suggestions on how to do this better or anything like that. So okay, I'm going to go back over to the other deal and do a little recap of overall how we did and that, and so I'll see you right back over there. Thanks.
Yeah, okay, so back over here, I'm just going to do a little recap of the order. Looking at that, I mean, we did pretty good on the offers, as you saw. Got rid of a couple 9s that we could move pretty quick. And 2 bigger cards sold with some decent value. So both that bonds and the PSA 10. Kind of wish I had the bonds to see if I can get a little bit more out of it. But also that's a good way towards getting my initial money back and moving on. And I think I got a pretty decent amount out of it. When you get up higher on cards like that, then you obviously your fees get higher, and so you lose a bigger chunk out of it. And I believe, like I said in that video, we're looking at probably having to sell that card for 160 to get what I got out of it, you know, versus just getting that right away. So that was fun though. And then the auctions, yeah, I didn't love the amounts that I got back. Well, some of them were decent, and I think overall, you know, as you can see here, we did pretty well, especially considering that those are already sold, moved. They don't have to wait and get that money back. So that may be more of what I do going forward on some of those lower grade stuff. I might try the 8s next time. I had all the 8s come back to me. And then I also, downside of doing that is you don't get to actually see what was wrong with the card up front. And so you're not learning, you know. So there's a little bit of downside in that. But I think I've got a pretty good idea of what's wrong with things anymore. And so I can probably afford to do that a little bit more and just liquidize those cards as fast as we can. So anyways, that's going to be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, would love it if you leave a like. Better yet, subscribe. Seems like my interactions have gone down quite a bit. My last video didn't get much, so I think there's been some algorithm changes. So just a heads up, you know, if you like something, whether it's my content or anybody else's, make sure you give it that thumbs up. And if you really like it, make sure you subscribe so that the next time they put something out, you know, you make sure you get to see it. YouTube will prioritize that for you. So, and if you don't like it, you know, that's fine too. You know, not everybody likes every bit of content. Definitely welcome to comment things I can do better, things you didn't like. I know there's some issues with the mic when I got on the computer to review those, and I'll try to have that fixed for the next time. But anyways, again, like I said, leave a message down there if you're interested in any of the cards that I still have. Most of those will be available for sale on my eBay site. You can find the link to that in the description. And if that's everything, definitely appreciate your time. Thanks for watching, and thanks for watching Sweet Trading Cards. Thanks. Bye.